This is Patrick Glory, and you're watching The Experience.
Is Luke coming? Is he coming later? He is something. Man, what you talking about? Need to be ashamed. He was trying to roast your face. Man. Then he was like, it's all love, man. Roasting him, dog. Hey, Gecko?
His name on Facebook is C.
Why? Listen, you gotta. I'm gonna read his comments.
So, semifinals, Friday night, right? All-American round. For those guys that aren't in the semifinals, this is a blood round. A lot of people are out of the tournament already, and so it's hard. It's hard to find people to warm up with, and Marshall very well could have been upset with the fact that he wasn't in the tournament still, and yet he was so selfless and did not care about any of his personal feelings or what he was going through. All he wanted to do was make sure that we were ready to go for the semifinals. He warmed up with me and Quincy, so you can imagine how much warming up he had to go through to get us ready. But he was grinning ear to ear through the whole thing. I've never seen anything like it, because I would be the one that would be grumpy and not want to do it and want to go sit up in the stands and eat popcorn and drink soda. When Marshall was down there in the trenches with us, trying to get us, and he had the same goal as we did. He wanted that win for us just as bad as he wanted it for himself.
How many rounds you been in?
Walking down the tunnel is getting your mind right, getting in that zone of ready to fight, and he's good at that. Man, he puts his headphones on, and it seems like he's got blinders on, and he's running through that match in his mind of what he wants to do, what he wants to hit, how that match is going to play out. And it's awesome, man. He's got, he's got this warrior face on, and it just gives me goosebumps right now. Just, watch him walk down the tunnel, getting ready for that match.
Going into the semifinals, I knew, what was at stake, and I knew, what the kind of dynamic was between me and my opponent. Me and Vito had wrestled, twice already that season and twice before my freshman year. And so we were very familiar with each other, and kind of knew each other's styles and knew what to expect. But we also knew that, it was anyone's game, and it was going to be a matter of, who was going to go out there and take and seize the moment.
My talks to him are more mental things, not what does the opponent do. And I might see something that I think might help him. Obviously, this match was interesting in the fact that we had been majored by the Cornell wrestler 2 weeks prior at the EIWA tournament. I think Pat was ready to try to get this one back. That was, in his mind, that wasn't him. That wasn't a reflection of who Pat Glory is as a wrestler. So I think he had a further chip on his shoulder where he wanted to right the wrongs of that match at EIWA.
going to be the first matchup is something where, again, you're going through your mind and you're fighting demons of doubt, but then you're also pumping yourself up. You know, the best guys do it. You're going to do this. You're the man. You've done everything. You're prepared. Let's go out and do this.
It's all about game plan in these matches, right? Every different opponent, every opponent's different. Every opponent knows how to wrestle. So it's a matter of knowing what they do, countering that and being cognizant of that, and then also finding ways to get to your offense and get to your attacks and get to the things that you want to hit.
So what happened in EIWAs is Pat a little bit forgot about defending his legs, was thinking about his own offense, kind of let his counter offense slip a little bit. Cornell wrestler starts fast, so in our minds in the corner, we didn't explicitly talk about this, but a low-scoring first period is in our favor.
This was a huge turning point in the match. Defending this single was what gave me the confidence, I think, to kind of continue to wrestle and continue to do the things that I was doing. He was in very, very deep on a lefty single leg, and I think that defending that kind of took confidence away from him and kind of put confidence in me. And now I'm in an underhook where I'm very confident, and I know I'm very comfortable scoring it and creating offense out of it.
If you're going to beat Pat Glory, you got to come for 7 minutes. You got to make sure you got to bring that pace for 7 minutes, because if you start to slow down, that's where he's going to eat you up. So right here, so it's funny, I tell him, good job, he's losing 2-1. And Pat looks over at me like I'm crazy. But I'm like, hey, I need him in a positive frame of mind. That's a great thing for him to look over in the corner, and I'm like, yeah, good job, man. Like, keep it up.
Second period, he chooses neutral. It's 2-1 him right now, and he shoots right away. And I get to this underhook and go throw by. He goes up to the collar tie. Eventually, boom, throw it by, come down to that leg. And now turn it in. Now I get my 2 right.
Coach Ayers was saying to him, hey, Vito's going to bite hard on the slide by. He's going to be circling really hard on the slide by. So when he does that, think about maybe dropping down to a leg. You know he's going to be bailing hard whatever direction, so maybe beat him where he's going and try and drop down, and it's exactly how he got to his first takedown of the match. I had that brick ready, man. I was ready. If they didn't call 2 on that, I was going to throw that brick. I was probably going to hit the ref with it.
It was okay with me. I mean, I was looking for back points, but it was a little bit of a weird position. I was thinking, what happens if I give up locked hands? Like, it just kind of was like a little bit of a precarious position. So I understand why he called a stalemate there, but just kind of was focused on the whistle start after that. This almost got me in trouble. So rolled through there, tried to keep my hands locked, which I did. So on the opposite side of this camera view, my hands are locked and he's got my bottom foot hooked, but there's no change of control. So the Cornell coaches were yelling that there should be a reversal, but my hands are still locked. So by rule, I am still on top. And so I was just kind of trying to keep my hands locked so I didn't give up. And then I rolled through, and I'm still on top here. So I'm getting back points. My back's not exposed. I almost got the fall there. I think Harrison looked like Dubuque was trying to calm down Harrison in that position, but I'm sure they were both going crazy. Looks like they were both freaking out right now. Now I'm just trying to stay on top. I got my back points. Now I'm just trying to ride them. I'm just trying to ride them and make sure I don't give up any reversals, which I did. Wound up giving up a reversal, and a lock hands call.
Hey, you gotta get you one. 16 seconds. 16 seconds.
So we lose the challenge. Vito gets the reversal and the locked hand. So that scares me a little bit because that's quite a bit of points. But Pat does a good job here. He's getting to his feet. He's wrestling hard. I think it was a little bit of short time too. Don't quite remember. So, yep. So this was a big sequence in relation to the match because, man, it's like he's closed the gap with that three-point exchange with the locked hands and reversal. Pat goes down. He lets us out. We got one. He's behind, so he's got to score. So Pat's looking to score right now. I can see that in him. He's got his feet moving. He's not going to counter offense mode. He's not trying to hold on to this lead. I think he's looking for attacks. He's a little bit backing up a little too much. There you go.
Pat's circling. You know, he's getting to his tie-ups. He's got no stall calls, so again, he doesn't have to take any risks really. He's trying to get to his underhook to slow him down and really kind of control the position. Put him to the edge. Again, it's like we've scored majority of the points. Vito takes a shot. Pat moved his feet really good. And then here Vito gets in on another shot, and man, Pat's right in on a leg attack, right on a counter attack. He doesn't get it, but he comes up to an underhook. He really worked hard to get good in this position, and I think if you're good with an underhook, man, you can slow an opponent down, and you can really kind of dictate the pace of the match.
Yeah, it's kind of the same position that I scored in that first takedown that I got early in the second period. He shot, tried to get the corner, and got down to an ankle and wound up kind of locking my hands over my head and turning down and catching him on his hip. And that was kind of the match. Makes it 10-5. I'm still on top here. So basically, because I'm around his waist, I'm still on top. So they didn't give any escape points. He tries to outside trip me, and I just kind of follow it with my head and catch him on his back. Get 2 swipes, making it 12-4, 12-5, 13-5 with riding time. I don't know. There's just so much stuff that goes on behind the scenes that nobody sees or talks about that made that moment so surreal. Just kind of getting to that point was just so difficult in and of itself, but it was just an amazing feeling.
EIWAs, there's some things, and it's not excuses for the way he wrestled. There was things out of his control, and I'm not going to get into them, but there were some things out of his control that set him back. And even the week after EIWAs, there's a little bit lingering of it, but he snapped out of it. He got tough, and that was an amazing match. So that made me first or second most favorite experience for me as a coach was him getting that win in the semifinals.
Everybody doubted him. Everybody doubted him. He needed it. He needed it. We buried that guy in Ithaca. That Pat Curry died in Ithaca. This is a new guy. This guy is going to win a national championship tomorrow night.
You know, there was a lot of emotions in regards to this match because, you know, you go 2 weeks earlier and Pat dealt with a lot. He dealt with a lot, and we had a lot of tough conversations. So I knew where he was. He was in a dark place, and for him to pull himself out and to perform on the you know, the second biggest stage in the NCAA tournament, and reverse a result from you know, basically a week and a half ago where this guy almost tech-falled you, and to go and to major him in the national tournament, I mean, just says a lot to his toughness and how resilient he is. So man, I was super emotional, man, because I was so proud of him. He worked so damn hard, physically and mentally, and he's deserving. You know, he was deserving, and he earned it. He earned it. He earned that friggin' match.
I'm so fucking proud of you. One more. That's it.
I was just super excited. I was super emotional. You know, worried about the next match. Really, you know, job's not finished. We had one more. Let's go get it. That was kind of what we were thinking. But you know, just trying to keep my sweats on, keep the sweat going, and.
Thank you. Thanks.
He looked back and said something. I wasn't going to say anything, but he looked back and kind of gave me a thumbs up, and so I kind of gave him a head nod. But
you know, it's amazing. It's kind of a culmination of all that work and all that you know, adversity, of sweat, tears, everything that, you know, Coach Ayers and the rest of the coaching staff has put into this program. I mean,
I'm super excited. I've never done anything like this before. I've never had a press conference in my life, so this was like a really cool experience for me too.
You know, we're blessed to have the opportunity to kind of add to that and you know, create new thresholds and new stepping stones for this program, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Hey, one more, baby. One more.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, what did you say? Rather need some fucking company up there. Rather need some company. Let's go. Let's go. Flip the script, baby. No.
Just wrestle two positions. That's all you can. Just wrestle two positions. Love you too, man. Let's do it. One more. Where's NCAA? One more. Stay yourself. You hit a couple of quick right now. Keep your head covered. Keep your head warm. You'll come right back.
Quick stance two.
Hey, go come on.
Okay.
Respect, dog. Go come on.
I've been going to the national tournament since I was probably in 7th grade, and I always see, you know, the finals were obviously the biggest night and the, you know, most exciting night to go watch the wrestling. And one of the things that I used to love was before the matches even started, they'd have the highlights of the guys wrestling in the finals, similar to the screen that you're seeing right now. And it's amazing because I always really listened to these guys and what they said. I remember Logan Stieber had said, you know, and it's funny, me and my family and my friends, you know, that were there with me at the tournament laugh about it. And so he said he didn't start getting serious about wrestling until he was about 6 years old. And we crack up at that every single time. But I remember watching each and every single one of these guys go through this, and I wanted to be there so bad and have people hear my story and where I came from.
You know, how much of that pain and suffering, you know, we've all gone through to get here. So I'm really excited. It's the opportunity of a lifetime, something that I've looked forward to, like you said, for my entire life, and I'm just excited for it.
Up next, on the experience. I'd come away with the win, and at this point it was like destiny. I saw Pat make the finals. I was in a good spot to make the finals, and so I felt good. There wasn't really anything that was going to stop me.